Yeah, it's up. I'm just trying to make sure I got it all ready to go here.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Alright, good luck, brother.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name is Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Alrighty, we're here live from Volusia for your Pro Late Models here tonight. Brought to you by the Regal Wrapz and Designs. Hopefully everybody's ready for a great race as we get set to rock and roll. We got Steve Bixler out there, Jeff Barker, Jeff Sharp, Michael Vecchio, and William Watson. Got 5 drivers signed up. There comes Zach Chapman in under the wire, bringing in that 72. See if he's got that Regal Wrapz paint job on that machine. I don't think I've seen, I know Regal Wrapz did a scheme for Shaggy, but I just don't know if he's brought it out yet to show it off yet or not. Now we get set to roll here. Oh, he's got a different scheme on there tonight. Now he rolls out of the pits. Driving a McDonald's machine. The late night. Number 72 there. see that 747 of Michael Biccio. As we move on, qualifying here. See where these drivers stack up. Who's going to be the first one out there? Looks to be Steven Bixler in the number 75. Rolling off right now. There you see the 747. There's the 513 of Jeff Barker. There you see the times coming in there across above the nameplate down there. They roll down there in 1 and 2. The 513 working his way through. In the pink right now for Jeff Barker. Jeff Sharp also in the pink. They work there through off turn number 4. Sharp will lay down the quick time of a 15.711. Jeff Barker with a 15.795. Currently looking there at Jeff Sharp in that number 280. Working there off the corner. And he will improve his time to a 15.514. And now the time to beat is a 15.514. Bixler comes in with a 15.587. Does not look like Barker went and improved his time. Here is Zach Chapman. He'll work through 1 and 2. Currently sitting there. He'll lay down. We'll see as he comes off turn number 4. Zach Chapman jumps up there to the pole position with a 15.381. Looks like everybody's qualified. Michael Biccio with a 16.521. William Watson with a 16.140. Jeff Barker with a 15.795. Watson improved his time. Got himself a 16.021. Still not enough to get himself up another position, but did slightly improve it. And we'll move on to our heat races right here. One heat race since we only got 6 drivers. Oh, here you go, your starting grid. Jeff Barker out there on a pole, driving at 513. And the outside of row number 1 is going to be the 75 of Steven Bixler. Row number 2 on the inside, starting third tonight, is going to be Jeff Sharp, driving at number 280. Zach Chapman in the 72 rolls off 4th tonight as he was your quick time. Rolling off inside, row number 3 is going to be the 23 of William Watson. Starting there in 5th. Michael Biccio, the 747, starts back there in 6th. All right, here we go. Your heat race. We got 8 laps the distance. Rolling off the corner. Let's see how it all plays out here. Jeff Barker in that 513 up there. That's 75 is Steven Bixler. And now through the front stretch they go here with your Regal Wrapz and Designs. Dirt Pro late models. One more time around. Field's going to get handed over to Jeff Barker, who's your lead pole sitter. Zach Chapman back here in 4th, and he was your quick time. They invert the front 4 here at Coast to Coast for the heat races. Keeps things interesting. Pace car rolls in. Barney grabs that green flag. Here we go, down the front straightaway. They're down and away. Now Prettle to the floor. Here we go in the corner number 1. As they slide it on through. Look at Chapman looking to maybe go through the middle. As the 75. There's Steven Bixler up there on the top side. The 513. Whoa, hang on to it there, Zach. You don't want to be that high up there in the fluff. As they work there off the corner of the 280 now. We'll crisscross them. The 513 there of Jeff Barker gets a little too sideways. Zach Chapman working there in second as they work their off turn number 3 and 4. Down here in the corner number 1. As the 75, Stephen Bixler pulls away here momentarily out there in front. As Chapman closes that gap back in here as he rolls there off of 4 down the front straight away. Remember, he was our quick time. Here and then rolls back there off of 2 down that back straightaway. Zach Chapman driving at number 72. Jeff Sharp there in 3rd. William Watson in 4th. 5th right now, Jeff Barker, but Chio not sure where he is. Does not look like he took the grid. 4 laps to go here in your heat race for the Pro Late Models. Yeah, they work their off turn number 4 down here in the corner number 1. That 280 and Jeff Sharp trying to close in on the 72 of Zach Chapman. As they work here now in the 3 and 4, the 75 of Stephen Bixler. Out there in front, the 72 there of Zach Chapman. Got it down there to about a half a second. Can he close it anymore? I doubt he will here in just 2 laps. As they head here through 3 and 4. He's got to make an effort, though, as they come here with the white flag in the air in the corner number 1. Chapman down there on the inside. Going to slide it in there too deep. Going to slide up there and lose ground coming off of turn 2. Going to slide it in down there on the bottom of 3 and 4 once again. Now coming off. Nobody around him as you got Stephen Bixler, your winner here in the heat race. The 72 up there, Zach Chapman. In second, William Watson in 3rd, Jeff Barker 4th, Jeff Sharp there in 5th. All right, we'll be back with more racing action here in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Your Pro Late Model feature race coming up here in just a moment. But let's go ahead and get the official results up here for your heat race. As it shows, Stephen Bixler getting the win. Zach Chapman there in second, William Watson 3rd. Jeff Barker 4th, Jeff Sharp 5th, Michael Machillo there in 6th. All right, we'll be back and after a word from our sponsors. Don't go anywhere, your main event after this.
Thank you to our sponsors and partners for the 2025-2026 winter season.
All right, back here from the Speedway. You see just a few seconds left. We get on to the main event here. There you got Zach Chapman, the fastest one here in warm-ups right now with a 15.411. "30 laps the distance." Here is your starting grid on that front row. On the inside, starting on pole, it's going to be the 75, Steven Bixler. To his outside, starting second in that number 72 tonight, Zach Chapman. Row number 2 on the inside, William Watson driving at number 23. Jip Barker in the 4th tonight. On the outside of row number 2, driving at 513. Row number 3 on the inside, the 280 of Jeff Sharp. And then rounding out your field, Michael Machillo there in the 147, which I think he had called it a night. 30 laps a distance as they get set to roll. Zach Chapman, as we said, starting out there in second. Steven Bixler out there on pole. We're about to watch the dust fly here in the main event of the Regal Wrapz and Designs Dirt Pro Late Models. I see him there on the inside at 75. Working to try to gonna see if he can hold off Zach Chapman. But Zach Chapman, he's been really quick tonight here in the Pro Late Model. Showing off exceptional speed here at Volusia. One more time around, and it will be green flag racing. A little more than what we had last night in the midgets, as we only had 3 in the midget class last night. Tonight we got 5 rolling here. Here they come off the corner. Up there on that top side is Zach Chapman. On that inside is Steven Bixler. Off turn 4. Green flag is out there down the way in the corner number 1. As Chapman gets a great run up there on the outside lane. Getting fit a fender at the moment as the 75 tries to squeeze him up the racetrack. Look out, here comes Watson down there on that inside lane. Now Chapman falls back there in the second. That's where he started. As the 75 there, Bixler works to the outside. Chapman up there now as they work through turn 3 and 4. Chapman trying to cut down a little bit, trying to get a line there. As they work now here through 1 and 2, everybody single file for the most part. As Barker ends up a little too sideways, falling back in the 5th. As Jeff Sharp takes a line around him on the outside. And we see, we're going to find out which lane is the best right now as they work around that top side. Here comes Chapman looking underneath of the 75 here in through 3 and 4. Just above that slick spot here coming off. And they work down that front stretch there. Now Chapman dives it in deep, going to slide it up. And here you go, almost 3 wide, can't quite pull it off. The 75 had to let off. 75 there, Steven Bixler, not sure what happened to him as he got an automatic tow back into the pits. You see Watson there in a second now. Bixler just ended up, and I had one of them earlier tonight. Mine was off the turn 4, though. I thought, well, no, maybe mine was off the back. I can't remember. But Chapman now leads the way here in the corner number 3. Watson there in second as they roll off there on the bottom. You see Watson trying to make up ground. 23 laps to go. Bixler has called it a night with an unfortunate ending up there on the top side on the backstretch. Jeff Sharp now there in third. Barker back here in fourth. 4 drivers remain here in the Dirt Pro Late Models tonight. Working down here out of turn 3 and 4. Watson trying to get up there to battle Chapman. Chapman here hanging on to the lead right now. He works off turn number 2. A little bit of scuff with the outside wall there on the backstretch for Chapman. Watson closing in on him here as they go into 1 and 2. Lost a little bit of ground there coming off of 2. He's going to have to try to wheel him back in. He worked here through turn 3 and 4. Looks like Watson's a little bit better through 3 and 4. And Chapman, well, there he had a much better 1 and 2 that time. Closed that gap right up. Chapman better be watching that back door as Watson is closing in. Now he ended up into the outside wall. Watson falls back into third. Jeff Sharp gets it up there in the second. Watson was gaining on him. Ends up a little too high there on the front stretch. Scrubs off all that momentum up against that outside wall. And outroll there in the 1 and 2. Sharp now there in second. Chapman leads the way there in the number 72. Barker's back here in fourth. Bixler and Vecchio out of this race. Hey, watch him coming there off. No contest there for Chapman at the moment. Just have to make sure he hits his marks. Rolling there now, as you see Watson trying to grind his way back up there to the lead. He rolls there through on the bottom of 1 and 2. 15 laps to go. Halfway. They roll here off turn number 4. Chapman brings it across. 14 laps to go. Everybody's so spread out. There's just no competition anywhere right at the moment. Barker trying to get a hold of that car right now. Now Watson back here in third. You see Sharp rolling there through off of 2 with Chapman up there in front. We're off up corner number 1 and 2. Chapman up there in the lead. Jeff Sharp second. Watson third. Watson's 4.5 seconds back off of the leader of Chapman. Jeff Sharp a little over a second and a half. There you want, come there up, down there in the 1 and 2 once again. 10 laps to go here at Volusia. What a night of racing here with Thursday Night Thunder. Thank everybody for sticking it out and watching the Dirt Pro Late Models, brought to you by Regal Wrapz and Designs and myself here at On the Pole from Fleeker Forum TV. You got Zach Chapman out there in the lead. Chapman did gain a little bit there on him as Watson falls back a little bit more. He's now 5 seconds back off of the leader. Down through that backstretch at 23 FTM machine. Not up to where he would like it to be as they roll down that front stretch once again. Barker closing in on him. Now we got Chapman out there in the lead. Jeff Sharp there in second. Watson's there third. There we go, coming around here. 5 laps to go. He comes across the line. Turn 1 and 2. Chapman out there in front. See if we can take a quick look here if it'll let me at the point standings for your Dirt Pro Late Models. Jeff Sharp is the leader with 391. William Watson with 365. Trevor Guru with 361. Grandy with 312. And Barker with 299. Looking here for Chapman and I don't see Chapman on the Pro Late Model list. Oh, there he is. I found him. He's in 8th in points with 174 points. Jeff Sharp, as we said, in 2nd. Watson falls back even more now. Barker could get him here if he tries. Final lap, though. Chapman off a turn number 2 down that back straightaway for the final time here at Volusia. Bringing that late-night McDonald machine to victory lane off of turn 4. It will be Zach Chapman getting the win here at Volusia this Thursday night. So Shaggy out there from Shaggy TV pulling off the win here. Fireworks fly. Chapman getting that win. Sharp there 2nd. Watson there 3rd. All right, waiting on our leaders here. Our unofficial results are now official with Zach Chapman getting the win. Jeff Sharp there 2nd. William Watson 3rd. Jeff Barker 4th. Stephen Bixler 5th. Michael Machillo there in 6th. All right, here we go. As we go back here. William Watson getting that 3rd place here tonight. Good evening there, Watson. How's it going?
Good about you?
It's going well, man. Volusia did not play nice with you tonight here in the Pro Late Models.
No, that wall grabbed me, and I stopped in the front stretch. That's how hard I hit that thing. It's that pit, that's that stand opening right there.
Yeah.
It's like an invisible barrier.
Yeah, you found that wall good, I'll say that much.
On that thing.
Yeah, it tore the right side of that car up.
Yeah, it did. It scared the crap out of me, too. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, you know, at a time like that, there's a line. I used to play a PlayStation 1 game. It was a Demolition Derby game. And the guy would always get on me because I'd end up into the outside wall, and he'd always scream, "Stay off the barrier. All they'll do is slow you down."
Yeah, that's what my spotter was saying. You got some aero damage. It's probably slowing you down. I was like, yep.
Well, I mean, you had a great run going up there against Chapman. Just unfortunately, that outside wall reached out and grabbed you.
Yeah, he had a good run going. I was going to have to make a move, tap him or something to get around him because he holding his line pretty well. He washed up maybe twice in 1 and 2, but he was able to they still get the drive out. So it was going to be a good run. It's going to be fun until I made a mistake and touched the wall I could not see.
It happens. I mean, the best of them even catch that wall, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know you're about to do it at all.
No, you don't. You don't think you're that close until you're that close.
Yeah, exactly. I thought I was a good half a foot to a foot off the wall, and either I throttled up too much and the rear end snuck out there and grabbed it, or I was just closer than what I thought I was.
It's hard to say, but you did a great job keeping it there for 3rd place. Hopefully you had fun out there at Volusia tonight.
Oh, yeah, man, I had fun out there. I was trying to catch Shaggy there, and then after I hit the wall, I still had fun trying to defend Barker off. He was coming up in there. I was just trying to hold my line. If he was going to get me, he was going to get me because there was nothing I could do with the car besides just run one line.
Well, you got any sponsor shout-outs? Anybody you want to thank for getting 3rd place here in the Pro Late Models?
Yep, teammates at FTN, Sponsor B Shops, Duper Performance, ScriptX.com, Express Installation, Vortex Graphics for the Wraps, Shaggy TV, Coast to Coast, Regal Wrapz and Designs, and Youth Broadcasting.
All right, well, congrats again, William, and we'll see you next week.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, that was William Watson. Now we'll get with Jeff Sharp, your second place finisher. Good evening there, Jeff. How's it going?
Good. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, and how you think that car felt tonight there driving that number 280?
Oh, not too bad. I would have liked the track to get worn in a little more, but that's my favorite track, so it was a good race.
Well, were you surprised when you come out of turn 4 that one lap to see Watson in the outside wall?
Yeah, I don't know how I missed him. I got kind of lucky there.
Well, you did a great job missing him and keeping a hold of second spot. Unfortunately, though, I don't think you had anything to really chase down Chapman out there in front.
No, I lost a little bit of time getting around Watson there. Any chance I had, I don't think I could have made it up in that many laps.
Well, you did a great job. The car looked great. You looked great out there handling that car. And you got sponsor shout-outs. Anybody you want to thank for getting that second spot tonight?
I just thank Regal Wrapz and Designs and all the boys at Coast to Coast and yourself.
Alrighty, well, congrats there, Jeff, and hopefully you have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. You too.
All right, now we'll get with our winner, Mr. Shaggy. How's it going?
It's going pretty good, Adam. How's it going, brother?
It's going good. I know I'm still waiting to see that late model out on track.
Yeah, I requested to run it from you, I want to say, 2 weeks ago, and, well, my trading paints, Adam, ran out a week and a half ago, or about, not even a week ago, I guess. I want to say, 4 or 5 days ago. I had to buy it quick before Monday night. And it won't let me access that paint again without permission. So I slapped one on here real quick before I joined up.
All right, well, I'll make sure I get that worked out there. I'll keep an eye on that. I'm like, I know I've been anxious to see that on track, to see how well it looks when you got a proper driver behind the wheel.
Yeah, I don't know about all that low car count and, well, I mean, needless to say, low car count's what did it for me tonight. I mean, I know Jeff Sharp, he was catching me there. Because I'm one of the few guys, you'll probably get to admit this, Adam, but if they let me run a mirror, I run it. It is stupid not to. I think anybody who wouldn't when they'll let you is, you're kind of disadvantaging yourself. So I could see he was catching me a little bit, but man, I had such a big lead and the track was so good. I didn't lift out of that throttle once. I don't think I was hammered down the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, you look like you had that thing hooked up, and Watson was definitely getting there with you. Just unfortunate that outside walls had different story for him for tonight.
Yeah, I was hanging out in the Discord with William. Him and I, we used to be teammates years and years ago. I like William a lot. He's one of my good friends, and he would have had me. Like I said, I have the mirror on, so I could see him coming in. It's one of those things, I believe the wall got him at Lanier this year too, and I was involved in it because I was right behind him. And man, sometimes those wall openings, they just catch that little, net code area of the car, and well, that sent him for a ride. If not for that, you'd be talking to him right now instead of me.
Yeah, I mean, he had a great run going, and I mean, you did too. You were doing everything you could to hold him off.
Yeah, I mean, I told him at the start of this race now, when we got the green flag, this was before coming to the green flag, I said, William, now, we both know I should beat you here unless I make a mistake because, being on the outside of the front row, and I thought that mistake happened right away because Steve, I don't blame him at all for trying to come up. I'm trying to run the middle. I didn't want to let him come up, and we make contact there on the opening lap, and I really thought William was going to sneak underneath us both there. I thought I bit myself, but he just had a rough corner entry, and if not for that, he probably would have walked away. But hey, what do they say? You'd rather be lucky than good, right?
Sometimes that it is better to have luck on your side. I know I had no luck tonight.
No, definitely not. They were wadding it up in front of you, and while you got tapped in the left rear a couple times, which I'm glad didn't happen to me in this thing, because like I said, I did not lift at all tonight. That was not in the plan, so I would have run around.
Well, and I believe the officials this week for the super late models were here at this track. I don't know if you had the pleasure of trying it out there or not, but I did. I got pole one night, but I threw that away that night too.
No, I'm going to be honest. I don't really do much official racing. I'll do the 360 sprint cars every now and then, but nah, I don't dapper with too many official races. Now, other than I should say, there, Fleekster, I do love me some road racing. I do a lot of GT3 and stuff like that.
All right. Yeah, see, whenever you're broadcasting over here on Monday nights, there's a league I know of that I'm a part of. They're gearing up for their GT3s run that night.
Yeah, it's they're a lot of fun, man. That's and you wouldn't necessarily think it, but a lot of the trail breaking and stuff that carries over to dirt really well. I think that's made me a better overall driver.
Oh, it will. It does help you. I know. I can run dirt road and I can run dirt, the dirt oval. I can't figure asphalt out to save my life.
Yeah, to tell you the truth, well, I can go fast for 5 or 6 laps, but I have not mastered the tire wear. I don't know how those guys are so smooth on the wheel and can get the life out of those right side tires. I'm not one of those guys.
Yeah, neither am I. But you did a great job in the here tonight driving that 72 to victory lane. You got sponsors, shout-outs, any people you want to thank for getting that victory?
The most important person, you over there at Flieger Farm, man. I can't wait. Hopefully next week when I'm back out there, we can get that wrapped in victory lane. I think that may be a stretch, though, too, in one season. But, hey, we'll see what we can do. All my teammates at Gambler Motorsports, just the guys here who keep things running. I mean, Patrick, Jack, Jeff Barker. I mean, Dino has really stepped up. We don't get a lot of this stuff without those guys putting in a lot of man hours behind the scenes. And, well, thank everybody who tuned in and got to see that McDonald's 72 in victory lane tonight.
Yeah, you did a great job. So hopefully we'll see the Shaggy TV machine next week. Hopefully.
Yeah. We've got. We'll put the request in right now. I've logged into Trading Paints while we're talking, and I'm going to send that over to you. So approve that, and we'll be good to go.
Well, once I get it, I have Trading Paints open myself, so I just want to make sure I didn't miss it. So. But great job tonight, and hopefully we do get the car counts up here a little bit. I know last night we only had a few for the midgets, and in the night only 5 of you took the grid here for the main event for the Pro Late Model, so we'll see. I know we're coming into summertime too, so that's going to hurt us a little bit, I think.
Yeah, you'll see that drop a little bit, but I think we'll probably be back in no time here.
All right, well, congrats again there, Shaggy, and you have yourself a great night, and enjoy your weekend.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Take it easy, Adam.
You too. All right, that was Shaggy from Shaggy TV getting the win here tonight. Zach Chapman. We go ahead and get ready to sign off here. Thank everybody for watching. We definitely appreciate all of that. And all right, so thank you all for tuning in. Have yourself a great night and a wonderful weekend. We'll be back here, back at it Sunday night with FFTV, Coast to Coast Racing Network. I think they have race. I can't remember what their schedule is. I gotta remember that sooner or later. But thank you all for tuning in to Coast Racing Network. Have yourselves a great night and wonderful weekend.